All right, we found a wep again. So round 2 of a vintage league with Treacherous Tinker. I want to find another card that's good that targets this thing. Maybe it's just another Veraska is the play. This could get forced because it finds Ancestral Recall, and you don't really want people finding Ancestral Recall anymore in Vintage, because if they do, they can, and you can, and like you counter the Ancestral instead. You can get it can get flashback by like Sanctuary or Dreadhorde Arcanist. So, and like if their counterspell is Flusterstorm and I play Ancestral Recall, I can currently pay for Flusterstorm as well. Lots of stuff like that. Wow, I'm gonna still do this not on my turn. Yeah, I'm gonna go on their upkeep, I think. So I can still pay for it. A Flusterstorm. If they have Pyroblast, they are forced to like crack and do stuff, and I have an active Flusterstorm of my own. So really in great shape so far in this match. I think they're probably on bug again, I would assume, but they could be on something different. The Tarmogoyf. Oh, it's a Sylvan Library. Interesting. Quite good here. Quite good. So what do we want to be? What do we want to be in life? Do we want to be? We kind of want to be on Narset, I would say. Narset's pretty freaking good against Sylvan Library. Doesn't let you use it at all, which is always a fun time for exactly me. So having Flusterstorm and Narset here is like pretty much game. I think opponent probably will concede if this resolves. Unless they have a creature, I guess. But we got a Goose to protect the Narset. I think I want to just take Force of Will, even though I don't have a blue card right now. I have plenty of draw spells, so being able to eventually be able to help protect my Narset is great. Yeah, so this Sylvan Library is stopped by Narset's static ability, so they don't actually get to draw cards, and they just concede because Narset is completely and utterly broken magic card. Oh, sorry, just hit the... Yeah, Narset's just completely unfun and broken, so our opponent tried to do cool Sylvan Library things, and they were punished by our waifu. Fair matchup. I just want another Assassin's Trophy and another Flusterstorm. And then we'll probably be boarding out Sorcerer's. I mean, we can Sorcerer's Spyglass on Wasteland. It's not the end of the world. I just don't think it's really necessary. So Sorcerer's Spyglass comes out, and maybe one of the Gilded Geese. I don't know. I don't actually hate the Gilded Geese in this matchup. It's pretty good at grinding. Maybe it's like... Now, all these cards are like pretty good at grinding, which is why I think we should be like beating Bug in this kind of matchup. Maybe it's like Mana Crypt. No, you kind of still need Mana Crypt, even though it's can be not great for you. Who's texting me? I don't know. All these cards seem pretty reasonable. Negation? Negation seems bad. Let's do that. All right. Game 2. After we resolved an Ancestral Recall and thus won the game. What do we got? What do we got? We got Goose and Strip Mine and yeah, this hand looks pretty reasonable. Like, this card's so cool. All right, opponent kept a 6-card hand. Do they have a inferior Goose with Deathrite Shaman? They do. All right, strip mine plan is out of the question. Oh, we just have turn 1 Tinker. Pretty greedy. Not gonna lie to you. It's pretty greedy. I don't hate it though. It's what, wrong to Tinker? Or wrong to go in on Tinker when we have like pretty reasonable plays? I mean, there's like some amount to be said about like strip mine and then goose off of Emerald. Or even like fetch basic island and ponder with goose. Sphinx is GG typically, unless they play Jason the Mind Sculptor or a Brazen Borrower, typically. This does give us another opportunity to draw like a Flusterstorm or something. Hope we don't get Collector oofed, though. That would be a pretty big punish for not playing Tinker, would be getting Collector oofed. They do have hard cast Force of Will now, which seems like what they're holding up here. So I kind of want to just... Maybe that's wrong. Maybe I'm supposed to do something else, but this seems like pretty reasonable here. Looks like hard cast Force of Will. And then we'll probably just jam a new goose, maybe. Probably... There's like a lot of value to going like Island Ponder, right? Not really, though, because it kind of turns off our Force of Will draw, which I don't like very much. Kind of want like to be able to draw Force of Will to protect my Tinker here. I think they're pretty low on cards here, though. Oh, we do get Wastelanded, but we still have the mana we need. I'm gonna ponder. Well, I can play around Daze by just jamming a Tinker here. Off of Pearl. Probably going to. I think we've waited long enough. Well, the problem with doing that is we get flustered, so I don't want to do that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ponder and then probably make a food token at the end of turn. Probably a better play. No reason to run directly into a Flusterstorm. Assassin's Trophy, land, Narset. So I kind of like the idea of, well, maybe I can just Assassin's Trophy this Deathrite Shaman right now. No, I don't like that very much. Kind of like the idea of just drawing land and Narset and then having multiple crazy good plays. They'll eat my ponder. I go to 17. Everything is fine. We'll have a bunch of mana next turn as well. I mean, if they tap out, I'll just jam a Sphinx for sure. Like if they play like a Leovold here. Even if they play anything here, that's not a draw spell. Though they have Treacherous, that's kind of unfortunate. Oh no, it's Leovold. Alright, sweet. Alright, we're just gonna jam a Sphinx and win. Oh, I'm glad I didn't have 2 blue in my pool, or that would have been a misclick. Alright, I guess I technically can play this as well. I wanted to play the first one so that I don't get dazed. But yeah, that's game. So this is why you play Tinker Sphinx. If I were to play Tinker Blightsteel here, my opponent could play an Oko and turn it into an Elk. So that's the kind of the reason we're playing Tinker Sphinx. It's also like a pretty castable card in this deck, especially with like Tolarian Academy, Gilded Goose, that kind of thing. Another win for the Vintage League. Maybe we'll finish this all today. Let's play a round of Momir while we wait. Let me put the Vintage League in up here as well.